Can we talk about the attempted censorship of the movie and how crazy this is?
Well, I said last I checked, Reagan wasn't running for president. So
Right.
I'm a little confused since it was, 40 years ago or something,
Right.
that he was in office. And it's part of our history and our culture. And I actually don't even know. I know people from both sides of the aisle and in between, and I feel people are genuinely excited to see this film because these were the Reagan years, and I grew up in the 80s, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why this is not a political film.
Did this happen to you when you played Mary Todd Lincoln?
Well,
also a political figure?
Yes, but Mary Todd was vilified like Nancy was, which we can get into later. But anyway, go
Well,
ahead.
I think people from both sides of the aisle, my friends too, are outraged about any kind of censorship.
Right.
And
Well,
we're
it's
talking about
unconstant-
free speech. We're talking about a free market.
Right.
And it's, if it can happen once, it happens, then it's going to happen to you eventually. It's always going to happen to the other side eventually. That's what I'm talking. And our side, if we as a people just have wind up having this silent assent to it over, a period of time, then we get used to it. Mm-hmm. And the next thing you know, we say, where did our freedoms go?
Well, it's very interesting because Mark Zuckerberg is out there this week saying we were pressured. This is him in writing saying we were pressured by the Biden administration during COVID. And we submitted, and we shouldn't have submitted. We should have been more skeptical on the things that they wanted us to censor. And we regret that, and we're not going to be doing that anymore. And at the same time, the Reagan, it's been a couple of clips that have gotten censored, but the paid promo to promote the movie, much in the same way we just showed the audience with the trailer, has been censored repeatedly. They said it was a mistake, and yet they continue doing it.
The reason it was censored was because it was an attempt to influence an election.
This is what they claimed.
That's what they said.
That's what they said. And my point is that you banning or censoring that is itself an attempt to influence an election by keeping information from or one side of information away from the American people.
There's also many people in this film, including Dan and Mark Moses and Xander Berkeley. I mean, I could go on and on about people in this movie who aren't conservative Republicans. And it's surprising to me because when we made this film, which was 4 years ago, it wasn't during an election, we didn't do it for political reasons. We did it because we're actors, we're artists. We want to play real people. We want to have these opportunities. And we did it because we thought this story about Reagan had never been told.
Right. There's not a ton of movies about him
that
we
I
have to
know
choose
of.
from.
No.
Well, in a way, I think it was fortuitous that COVID delayed everything and it hit now because we're at a political fervor, which makes people more interested, I think, in our historical figures in the politics lane. But it was just nonsensical for Facebook to, whether it was the automated algorithm or otherwise, they should have corrected it and said, for sure, we need people to see this, same as we need to see information about any of our political leaders.
That's why even, we were talking about this earlier, even the people who were, who posted about glad or like he missed, about the Trump assassination, in the end, you have to defend their right to say anything that they want.
Sure.
In the end, otherwise it's free speech, and that's what it is.
Yes, you're allowed to say, this is something the young people today don't understand. Hate speech is protected by the U.S. Constitution. That's what makes America special.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of the gorgeous things about us.
Yeah.
You can say dumb things and hateful things.
That's what we live in a free country.
Yeah.
We want this. We want to stand by those. Our forefathers created this and got out of communism and dictatorship. That's why we live here.
And then somebody can stand up and tell you you're an idiot. That's fine too, right?
Right.
Like, that's why it's okay to burn the
people
American flag.
versus Larry Flint. There's so many things in the civil rights movement. We go back to the House of Un-American Activities, all of that stuff.
Dennis told me that that my quote I gave was censored. That I gave it to a publication in support of the movie.
Right.
So that got censored too.
Yeah, we'll just wait to see if this gets, because the thing was, it's that it happened. I wrote a letter to Newsweek, which turned into an article. Facebook 2 hours later after it came out, apologized, said it was their automated systems that had picked up buzzwords or whatever it was. It was because it was, trying to influence an election, and that they were going to correct that, and they were sorry about it. Fine, we'll move on. But then 3 days later, it happened again, and it happened the next day, and it continues to happen. And so why is that?
Well, I'm going to read my quote right here because
let's
I
hear
have a lot of listeners and watchers.
Yeah.
Here is what I said, what I wrote. The irony in Facebook banning Reagan ads is that this is a movie about a historical figure who, yes, was a politician, but whose bipartisanship and friendship with Democrats is an important theme of the film. It's a movie about America and how we used to talk to each other and respect each other, irrespective of political differences. On cue, Facebook bans promotion of the film, apparently seeing it as socially divisive. Facebook has embarrassed itself and done a disservice to the nation with this moronic decision. I was right. Stand by my statement.
Yeah,
100%.
right. I mean, if we allow this to keep on going, it's the social media. I mean, and the tech giants have gotten so big. I mean, it's getting to the point of together they may be more powerful than the government. It's certainly as far as getting the word out and things like that.
I'm a liberal. I'm against all censorship.
You're good.
Books.
Old school liberal.
You guys didn't bring that.
And if we allow this to keep on going, then we're headed towards oligarchy.
You know how much my family and I love our dogs, right? Yes, even sweet little Strudwick. He's not that little, but he is sweet. I can't imagine life without them. They've got a great life, but some dogs are not so lucky, and they need our help. This is why I'm so glad to tell you about Delta Rescue. It is the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. They've rescued thousands of dogs, plus cats and horses too. They provide all of the animals with shelter, safety, and most of all, love. And they've been doing it for more than 45 years now. Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions to stay open, and giving can bring tax benefits to you too. Speak with your estate planner about how you can grow your estate while helping animals in need, and check out the estate planning tab on their website to learn more. We love Thunder and Strudwick, and Delta Rescue helps the pups who need it most and also need love and safety and a home. Visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.